Good evening, everyone. Yes, this is not morning pages. In fact, I'm gonna have to change the name of this up here. As some of you may know, I usually will get up first thing in the morning and make some original music. But this time around, I had to take my car in for servicing, and I had thought that I'd be able to do something in the afternoon. That's why I had called this afternoon pages. So I'm gonna just call this night pages on 909 day. Let's see if I could change this right now. I think it updated. Oh, actually, one thing I would like to do is see if there's anyone that I could chat, that I should chat. I'll just put the chat up here. You might be able to tell that I am not a night person. I'm not an evening person. So this is quite new for me. Hold on one second. Also, I hope nobody's watching at any rate, because right now is Synthfest. Or not Synthfest. Is that what it is? Synthfest. I just started with this group, the Golden Shrimp Guild, and I know that they have this monthly live performance event on Twitch, and I hope to participate in that next time around. So, cool. We are doing morning pages at night, and it's not really that late, but it is late for me. Right now it is 7:45 Hawaii Standard Time, but I'm more of a morning person. But I kind of like how the studio looks at night. It's kind of neat and gives a nice, cool, clubby feel. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try and do my night pages. Let me pull up our parameters of the day. Let's take a look at what we have here going on. So for today, in honor of 909 Day, first thing I'm going to do is head over to the TR-8S, and I'm going to put in the 909 kit. I think I'm going to have to manually do that though, because I have blank kits on every patch. So we'll do that first, and we're going to be in the tempo of 130 beats per minute. We will be, hey, what's up, gaming god? We're going to be using Lydian Augmented scale. We'll be using the live instrument called Collision. And one of my favorite VSTs, the Arturia SEM V. part of the V collection for quite a while now. And we're gonna try this Raindrops Max for Live device. I don't know what that is. And the strategy of the day is gonna be the inconsistency principle, which I think we've already covered because this is normally morning pages. And here it is probably 12 hours later than I usually start. So this will be an interesting project because usually my creative juices are not running at nighttime. And that's just how I am. Oh, the other thing, and I didn't even think of this. Let me turn on this camera and let me just quickly see. Oh, cool, it's working. Okay, so sorry for the low resolution. I'm using this DSLR and I just figured out how to turn that into a webcam. I'm not quite sure why the DSLR has such poor quality in image, but I'm gonna look into that. But so let me go head over here to the TR-8S, this machine right here, and I am going to put in a 909 kit. First, let me get to my pattern select. Yeah, that is not a 909. So I'm gonna clear out all of this, and I am gonna go in, and so for each instrument, I'm gonna change this to a 909. Yep, that's a 909. We have a couple of different options, but I'm gonna put that nice attack 909 in there. And that is not a 909 snare, but that is Let me also get into the right tempo. And 30. I'm gonna get to the 909 low tom. See what that sounds like. Yeah. 909 high tom, mid tom. Where is that? Mid tom. And the high tom. Hold on. This is one thing. I just took a survey on Roland about what they should add to the TR-8S, and I said definitely a software editor. Okay, let's look at the rim shot. And then hand clap. Yep. And we have this is an 808 closed hat, but we got to change that. There's the 909 right there. And here we go. It's already on the open hat because you know what? This 909 open hat, I will never get tired of. Oh, I gotta clear. I gotta clear out this motion. How do I clear out the motion? Oh, you know what it is? It's this LFO. I gotta put that to 0. There we go. And now we got a nice, like, typical 4 on the floor 909. And in fact, if we wanted to, this is just to demonstrate the sounds because it is 909, at least for the next couple minutes. This is the ride cymbal. And I have the ride cymbal and the crash cymbal on opposite pads, but that's okay. And let's find the crash cymbal right here. Yeah. Okay, so it's a pretty simple 4 on the floor. I'm gonna just keep that running in the back. And let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with that Arturia SEM. And what I want to do is I'm gonna put on I'm gonna just find a preset with an arpeggiated pattern. Also, that drone that you're hearing in the background is the modular down here. The modular synth. Right now we are running its Beats internal synth, wavetable synth. Sorry, I just realized that I am in the red. I hope I didn't hurt your ears. Okay. So now that you know what's running that down there, let me point it back to me. And I'm gonna go ahead and put in that SEM. One of my favorites, modeled after the famous Oberheim SEM. I actually have an Oberheim Matrix 1000 here, but they're completely different synths. So let's see what we got here. Let me get to the right scale. I want to be in F, what did I say? F, Lydian Augmented. So all I'm doing right now is going to the push right here, and I'm putting in that scale. And actually, I'm going to turn down the drone. And I got to change my I wanted to change my sample rate, which seems to have turned off all my audio momentarily. All right. So beware of the wheel. Let's just see what this F augmented or Lydian augmented scale sounds like using this patch, okay? So here we go. Okay, it is. Hey. Okay, my OBS crashed. So let's try this again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just find a sequence pattern. That's what we'll do. And I'm just gonna use this as is because, as I said, I'm ready to hit the sack pretty soon. 1, 2, 3, and. Oh, what's PTP camera? I have no idea what that is. Okay. So there we go. Let me get all that back up. Okay, so hey, thanks for sticking around. Sorry about that. I don't think I've ever had OBS crash, and I have a feeling it has to do with maybe this camera. Let me take a quick look. Yeah, that camera's not working. Okay, let me just turn it off. And let's take a look at our little sequence real quick. I'm going to quantize this. That one right here. This is what I'm going to do. And also right now, all you're doing is, right now, what you're hearing is this radio app. And it has a streaming radio station going. And I'm just letting it run. I got a 30-second buffer in here. I'm gonna let it continue to roll. Some of this. Okay, that sequence sounds pretty good. I was gonna put in an LFO to kind of sweep it through, but I think that's a good, just a good pattern to start off with. Again, you know, this is just kind of, I usually do this in the morning time. Right now, it's late for me. It's 8 p.m. I usually get to sleep by 10. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. And let me go ahead and tune this drone that we had here on the modular. Right there. And so if you're just joining us, we're celebrating 909 Day with 909 drum kit over on the TR-8S that you see right there. And we're just doing something simple, and we're gonna do it kind of quick today. Let me show you what I'm doing over here on the modular. Okay, what else do we have over here that we can do? The other thing that I have up here that I need to use is that is Live's collision. So let me go ahead and put that. I'm going to use another MIDI track. Currently, all this is a drone. But we could change the sound of that drone. It's a little harsh. Okay, what I'm gonna do with collision, I'm gonna make sure that the push 2 is the input up here. Do I have that on my favorites? I don't think so. So collision, we've got a lot of different options, but let's just see what the stock sound is. Although I have a feeling I'm going to use this for maybe a lead or something. So it's a little bell. How about this? I want to use see what some of these ambient and evolving patches sound like. Gloaming atmosphere. Let's check out some of this atmosphere. Maybe not. Let's find a lead, and maybe we can find another. Something like this. Oh, that's a little. Let's try this minor metal. Why not? Let's make this a house track. Let's see, let's find a good pattern. I'm gonna just record this MIDI in. No. Something like that. a weird 6-bar loop, but I don't mind it. I'm gonna add some delay to that. So we've used collision, we've used the Arturia, we've got the 909 programmed in, not completely. Let's see what this Raindrops Max for Live effect is. So I'm going to take off the return delay from that house, that little house piano riff, and I'm going to look for raindrops. For live device. Let's see what this does. Just makes it sound like raindrops. Interesting. Let's it might not work with this one. This is an exciter. Yeah, I can't hear anything. Just a few drops, I guess, it says. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. It gives it some atmosphere. Okay, so we got kind of like a straight house beat going. We've used raindrops, we've used collision, the SEM. I like how it adds, yeah, I like that raindrops. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this same exact raindrop on the SEM, see what we got. And change it a little. Okay, before I program the drums in to be a little more interesting, how about I put in a little bass line using this Pro 1 over here. Maybe something like that. Man, my mix is getting a little too loud, so let me pull. Something like that. I'm just gonna record in a pattern like this. You can't really hear that, can you? Let me just take what I have like right here. I'm gonna loop that. I'm gonna quantize this to 90%. And let's see what we got on this Pro 1. Okay, it's nothing that great, but I'm gonna just roll with it. I like how this vocal is sounding, so, and I don't want to miss out on it. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to call this Blackstone.
I want you to see us do, Sweetie.
Yeah, I'm loving this with how this track sounds. Let me get another 30 seconds.
Her skin was perfect, hair spun, her lips twisted sideways. I flushed and turned away, catching myself imagining what those lips must have looked like with light, color.
So I'm just going to take that. It's another Blackstone. Just so we don't miss out on this. But I'm going to keep letting this run in the background because I like how it sounds. Especially with all that delay. And I want to make this a little more interesting. Okay, let's record in that Pro 1, and I just want to get some cool little filter sweeps in there. It's going to be real sharp, it's going to cut through the mix. Okay, and we're just going to keep that. That's 16 bars, but actually I didn't like how it started. So it'll be, let's see how it sounds. Put something, let me use this matriarch. Let me see if I can patch. Okay, sorry about that. We crashed again. It looks like I'm back on. C, D, E, F. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use the internal arpeggiator on here. And I'm going to play this with the push. You know what I'm thinking this part can be like our a bridge. So I'm just gonna start recording it now. That's not really working for me, but let's see if we can salvage what we have. So this is the Moog matriarch right here. I'm wondering if right here is... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna warp this at 130. Let's see. Yeah, this is the 6 bars that I want right here. And guess what? We're just gonna have like a quick break like that. Okay. Yeah, I think we're making some pretty good time, despite having a couple crashes. So what I want to do right now is I am going to program a longer rhythm so that it's not just static. Like, you know, this whole time we've just been hearing the same beat going over and over. So I'm going to add some variation to it. And it looks like this camera is making OBS crash, this one over here, so I'm gonna not use it. So you're just gonna have to see my back for just a second. Ooh, that's cool too. I want that. So I just keep hearing these cool parts from the radio app, and I just have to go in and I have to capture them within 30 seconds, otherwise it just disappears into the ether. Okay. I'm gonna copy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there we got it. This is our beat. Okay. So because we're having all the parts playing at the same time, it's sounding a little strange. So I'm going to turn them off for now. We recorded in the Moog, we recorded in the Pro 1. We did not record in our other 2 tracks. So let me go ahead and I'll do that after I record in these, the MIDI for the drums. Now keep in mind you're going to hear double hits when I go through this. But that's normal because there's like this little loop happening. Okay, ready? Okay, so that's enough because all I did was program 8 bars on the TR-8S, but see, now we have it as MIDI. If you pay really close attention, you'll see that this first hit is a little bit off, but all I have to do is quantize this at 100%. I'm gonna just keep this as a straight up quantized beat. Or actually, you know what? Let me quantize this at 83%. No, I want this quantized all the way. Okay, so now it's just like a straight up beat, and what I have to do here is I'm gonna clear all these parts so we don't hear the double hits. And this is our beat. Okay, there's a couple other things that I want to record in as audio, like this modular. I'm going to go ahead and, so the modular right now is the drone. And right now it's just kind of plain. And rather than hook up all these LFOs to twist the knobs, I'm going to manually twist the knobs. We got enough. So now we have some variation on our drone. I think it's a pretty decent loop point. Let's hear that loop point. Nope. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this little trick where I'm gonna just add so much delay at the end that it's just gonna blend. Yeah, it's a little bit better. And we can maybe even add a bunch of reverb as well. Actually, maybe to the whole thing. I'll add some reverb, but then especially here at the end, I'm gonna just let that whole last bar ring out. Yeah. Okay. So we got a pretty good loop for that drone. The other thing is I want to record these guys in, and I'll do that at the same time. The VST and this audio track from that minor metal that we used, where we used collision. So let's go ahead and record those in. Oh, it would help if we soloed these guys. And yeah, let's hear it within the context of the drone. Ready? There's some sharp areas in here that I have to be careful of. Let's let that go for a full 32 bars. We got our 32 bars. Let me go ahead and cut all of that in. And I'll raise the gain on this one because it's very quiet. Okay. So I think we've got everything. You know, we could put in some profit. No, I don't want it to be to get too busy. I think we're ready to arrange this. Let's go ahead and arrange this. And while I have your attention, be sure to tune in tomorrow morning, because again, I am more of a morning person. That's why this broadcast is usually called Morning Pages. So tomorrow is Friday. It's a special day because I'll not only be doing a morning pages at 8 a.m. Hawaii time. Check the schedule for your local time. It'll be around 8 a.m. I might have a late night tonight, so I might wake up a little bit later. But then later on in the afternoon, I'm also going to be doing what's called Finish Friday, where I'm going to take one of these tracks that I put together over the week during morning pages, or in this case, night pages, and I'm going to try to finish it to a final product. So that's the PSA for right now. But let's get back to our track for today. The other thing I want to do is I want to bring this audio over. And then I think we have enough audio, so I'm not going to have to do too much with that. And let me go ahead and just put a lot of reverb on that. And then I'm just going to turn these guys off. Do we want 303 though first? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what I'm thinking maybe we need a 303 because we're using a 909 and this is sounding okay. Let's find a good, let's make sure that we're in the right key. So one of the tricks that I like to use is the MIDI effect scale. And we are using, what is it? Lydian Augmented. So what I can do is I can Right now I'm running the Skinnerbox Time Sting as my sequencer, and it's running some random sequences based on some of these parameters that I'm giving it. And we're in F. And if I head over to the 303 or the TD3, let's see how this pattern sounds with everything. Yeah, that's sounding pretty good. Let me convert that. Let's try another one. I'm digging that too. I'm going to convert that to MIDI. Yeah. Okay, so we got 3 different patterns. Which one do we like best, or do we want to use all 3? The fun thing that we can do is also extend this out a beat. So you see it kind of changes the timing. That's not that very good. I'm going to change this. Good one. Let me see if I can. See how it sounds when I just extend this 1-bar loop just by 1 beat. It gives it such a different feeling to it. So this is what we have. Just listen to it for a couple bars. Okay, now listen to it how it originally was. It's kind of more static, right? So I want to record all of these guys in as a 303, and I'm just gonna twiddle the knobs. So we'll do this for like maybe 16 bars each. Digging that one. Okay, let's do the second one. This is just going to give us another variation that we could stick in maybe during a bridge to make the final track a little more interesting. I like how it's has a little dissonant quality to it. good. And mind you, we didn't even put any effects on this. Once you add some delay to this, it ends up sounding pretty cool. I love this one too. So let's go ahead and record this in as audio. So you hear what it sounds like with some delay. Oh man, I love that 303. Let me hydrate a little. So you see we got that 303 on each of our patterns. We have them captured in audio. So we'll never lose it. And we kind of went crazy over here. But I think that's okay. It's okay to get lost and every once in a while. So I think we have everything. Let me put all of this into arrangement view. And once we do that, then we're on the home stretch already. So what I like to do first, especially with the MIDI drums, that's all we have in MIDI right now. Want to duplicate some of that. So that we know is drums. This we know is our vocals. This one, we just did a really quick Moog solo-ish kind of thing. This one might come during like a break that we have over here. This one's our bass line, right? It's a little resi bass from the Pro 1. I like to label all this so I can go back. And we have 3 different variations. So this is our acid, let's just call it acid 1. This one is acid 2. This one is kind of, maybe we'll call this for the break. And then this one will bring us home. This is acid 3, and that'll just take us to the end. This right here is our modular drone. We did not use track 7, so I'm going to just delete it, get it out of the way. Uh-oh. Okay, so we crashed. If you hold on for a couple minutes, you can see if if anything was retained from this. Would you like to recover? Yes. So I don't know, what should I do now? Let me give you a quick tour of this side of the studio. This one right here, actually, this would have been fun to use. This is the Blue Marvin, the Behringer 2600 clone. This is kind of my little Behringer rack over here. I got the Neutron as well, which is a semi-modular synth. Great sounding. I can't say for either of these that I've mastered them yet, so it's part of my to-do is to kind of go through and actually learn it. Below that, you can't see it, but I have an Access Virus Classic. Let me give you my... Let me give camera only. This is a little easier. This, of course, we use this. This is the Moog Matriarch. Such a fun semi-modular synth. I love this, not only for the sound, but how it's organized. I mean, I know I'm at very low light right now, but each of the panels or each of the functions are clearly labeled and color-coded. And luckily, I'm hearing some audio from live, so I think we're okay. We're at 32% being recovered. If we move over here, sorry, it's upside down. But I'm going to show you, I have a modest Eurorack system that I'm also still trying to understand and learn. But that's the fun of it, actually, is that it's one of those things that you can always learn something new. So on this top section, I've got my main oscillators. I've got the Lifeform primary oscillator. I got mutable plats, mutable rings. I know it's very cliche, but these are great sounding oscillators slash synth slash the ring, in the rings case, the resonator. I've got the Bacillimus, the BIA from Noise Engineering. These three right here are my filters. And this one is actually the SEM. So it's a voltage-controlled filter. It's an analog filter that's based off of the Oberheim SEM. And then this black and yellow one is the WASP, based off of the famous WASP. And then this is a dynamic impulse filter, Lifeforms. And hey, guess what? We are back in business, so we can finish this song, I hope. I'm not going to report that crash, but it didn't like it when I deleted that track. And that's something that I'm struggling with in live, because for some reason it likes to crash when there's nothing in the even just deleting a track will sometimes make it crash. So I'm going to just keep that there, deactivate it. So we already renamed our acid. I think we named everything except for, what was our VST was like the SEM. Let's see what that sounds like. So I'm going to call that SEM ARP. And then this one, this is our house. This is kind of the main house piano. And as I'm just visually, I can see that there's a lot of low end. So I'm gonna just shave that off. And actually, if I'm gonna be doing this, if I'm gonna be mixing this, I'll probably have to do the same sort of treatment to this. So while we're here, just so we can kind of see what that looks like. Yeah, here, I'm gonna just cut it off at around 120. And then there's some really sharp highs over here, so I'm gonna like kind of dip that so it's not gonna hurt anyone's ears. So yeah, let's go quickly through each part. This is the drone. I don't mind if this has some low end. Let's just take a quick look at that. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. But I might wanna. And then 303. I'm gonna just add some of my return reverb. This is the first acid. This is acid break. And then here's the third one. This one would actually sound good during a break as well. Here's our bass line. We programmed that, or we recorded that from the Pro 1. We have our little Moog solo. We might have to take this out. It might sound interesting. We've got our, we've got some of our vocals here. There's some static back there that I don't like. And then of course we have our drums. And that's all being run through the Roland TR-8S. So what we can do a little bit more sound design as well, but since it's 909 day, I'm just gonna go ahead and not be ashamed of having the raw sound of that 909. I mean, I know it's not a real one, but it's the ACB modeled version from Roland. I think it sounds pretty good. Okay, so maybe we just start off with you know, we can just be typical and start off with maybe eight bars of 4 on the Floor. We don't need those hand claps there. And yeah. We don't need the bass line to come in until maybe 16 bars in. The acid won't come in until maybe that'll be our first element at about the 4-bar mark. And move the rest out of the way. The drone could start in, and these guys can maybe come in at a break later on. Let's see, maybe at 24 bar, at the 24 bar mark, we will bring these guys in. So let's just see what we have so far. I'm gonna move this down so we can see the whole arrangement. You know, what's bothering me is that that little static in the background. One of the tools I like to use is this VST you may have heard of called RX by Isotope. RX7, and there's a great denoise, spectral denoise module. So let's go ahead and fix that now, because rather than try to EQ it out. So let's hear. Do you hear it? It's a lot less staticky, right? That's probably good for now. And then maybe like this. And then I'm thinking maybe let's just make this typical. And this is kind of a short version of everything. If I wanted to extend this out to make it like a dance mix, then we could always, you know, extend out the intro if we wanted to. Let's just keep adding little drum elements as we go in. almost. So our first break will be at the 24 bars. Break 1. And then I'm gonna let that acid ring out. These yeah. And then I'm wondering if at this point, oh yeah, we need to add maybe some radio hits over We're gonna add let's put in this acid right here. Actually, it doesn't sound that great with that. Let's see. Let's see how this acid sounds. Not really that great either. I'm gonna give the acid a break. Until our main break right here. And we'll call this our main break. This is what we'll do. I'm gonna keep that running right there. Oh, actually, let's see if this little Moog thing will work. It might not. Nah. Yeah, that does not work. Although, unless it's really a quiet thing that that adds more texture than anything. Yeah, it's like the dissonant part. Break 2. And break 2. And break 2. Oops, no, that was the wrong. That was the wrong envelope I was using. Yeah, it's just going to be a little short one right here. Why do I keep doing that? Yeah. And then all this over here, we get a nice breather from all that. And then let's just bring everything back in over here, and including, yeah, this house piano and this new acid. And this bass line. And let's do that for like 32 bars, and then we'll take out the bass, and then we'll let the and we'll let our song kind of end that way. And we should also maybe bring in this part of dialogue, because we didn't really get to hear it too much, as well as this one. And I don't even quite know what they're saying over here, but this could be our outro. And then we'll just end it like right here. I like, oh, here, I like that little moan. Something like that. Yeah. So I think, you know, the point for me for morning pages is to just get something down on paper. This is based off of Julian Cameron's book, Morning Pages, where she suggests to open up a journal and write 3 pages first thing in the morning. That's what I want to do, but I want to use the DAW. And so, you know, there's really no judgments. But I wanted to do something for 909 day, and my day kind of slipped away. And here I am at night doing my morning pages. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this one record and just see what we have. And if we like it, we could continue on with it at a later date. But in the meantime, enjoy what we created together over this last now hour and 20 minutes. I only intended this to be 45 minutes. And then, just tune in again tomorrow for another morning pages. And then I'm going to choose one to try to finish it in the afternoon later on tomorrow for Finish Friday. So have a good one, everyone. Happy 909 day. And if it's Friday for you already, have a great weekend. Let's hear what we have so far. I'm going to turn off my mic, and we'll go ahead and listen to this together. Thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow.